My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Bazaar. We're going to be playing as Pygmalien here today. Starting to climb the legend ranks. We are now officially legend ranked, but we are also, I believe, probably the lowest legend ranked player at the moment. Let's get that a little C into. You gotta love that border though. Ooh. Okie dokie, I see the opening options here. Spiky shield. Every 8 seconds, shield 10, and then deal damage equal to your shield. There's also ATM. Every 3 seconds, shield equal to 2 times your income. When you pick this up, you get 2 income, so it's a very good economic play early. Although I would then entirely have to define my strategy afterwards. Spiky shield gives me a strategy. The strategy is shield, and then beat your opponent over the face with your shield. Bandages as well, every 4 seconds, heal 10 and shield 10. This basically asks me to go find Ganjo. Every 4 seconds, Ganjo gives every both of its adjacencies +5 damage, +5 healing, and +5 shielding. So the bandage gets pretty happy with that. And pepper spray is also here. I'm going to take the spiky shield. I feel like it's a bit more straightforward of a play here. So I'm starting to think of the opening day in terms of whether or not I want 2 experience. Because if I get 2 experience before the end of the day, and there's a guaranteed lost crate, there's a guaranteed strange greenwood. If I get the experience option in each of those before the end of the first day, I will be level 2. So that means I get to pick up an opening skill. And especially a skill that gives shield to one of my items would just immediately give shield to the spiky shield, and then that would immediately deal that damage on its own trigger, so that would be really good. But also it gives us additional space, so effectively the gambit becomes, do I think I can get 4 more items in time? Lost crate, I'm always going to go for the 2 gold 1 experience. Well, not always, but a lot of the time. Ooh, haunted kimono, you say? That's an opportunity to pick up a silk. That could be our way to gain shield. I've seen people run silk before, but if I'm entirely honest, I've always struggled to really understand why. I have seen it do good things, but it feels like it has such low scaling and it's such a slow trigger that it's really, really hard to play around. To me. And that's only because I haven't embraced that playstyle yet. So right now, here I am trying to. And all you have to do, Kimono, in order to support this self-exploration is give me the silk.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win, but not against me.
Meanie. Midsworth sells small and large items, buys your medium items at +2 value. Admittedly, I probably want medium items. Plus scrap for plus salvage is a weak way to get the spiky shield more damage. I'm going to take the experience, so we're gambling on our final store, hopefully not being Curio. Okay, it's not Curio. Isla sells weapons, but realistically, my spiky shield is my weapon. I want to gain more shielding. Quicksell, unfortunately, is expensive to roll, but Jabali Longbow is a very, very good weapon early on. It's difficult to ignore it.
Okay, now sell me something. Something huge.
Okay. I'm gonna sell the scrap and take a Ganjo and a bandages. I mentioned earlier how good those are.
I can already see all the treasures I'll put here.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna give up the damage of the Jabalian Longbow here. I don't know if I want to give it up in order to roll right now. I could just take arbitrage and bet that I'll win this fight. The Ganjo is giving incredible scaling to both items beside it. Each of the items are double dipping on the Ganjo's buffs, and the Ganjo is between 2 items. Like, there are builds that beat me, namely Poison. This build is probably too slow to beat a Poison build. There are probably builds that can out-armor me as well, like Barrel and just a couple other items on field. But I win a lot of these first day fights at the moment, I think. So I'm going to take arbitrage.
I should warn you.
Excuse me.
Like other Jabalians.
Drinking my 2nd coffee of the day. Okay, so that's got some good scaling, but it's just an armored core and a duct tape. Our Ganjo is going to give additional shielding to the bandage as well as to the spiky shield, and the enemy has no way of taking any of my shield off, so that just means the spiky shield is getting more and more and more powerful. We're going to be winning this fight. Which means arbitrage. I don't know if arbitrage was necessarily the right choice, but I also didn't want to sell my Pygmalien longbow immediately. I couldn't have known I was going to roll and find Ganjo and bandages. It's entirely possible I roll in that situation and only find one item that I actually want to field. So that was a bit of a hedge bet in getting the Pygmalien longbow. It lost me 2 gold to get it in the first place, and then I get an additional 2 gold by taking arbitrage. I don't know. It's all evening out a little bit at the moment. Going to things bid bite for just plus 10 shielding on both the bandages and the spiky shield at this point actually isn't that bad. It gets the first couple scalings of Ganjo off immediately, and it makes this build a bit more resilient. Security center to get a shield item. Admittedly, shield items are exactly what I want right now. Temporary shelter. When you sell a small item, this gains 5 shield. I've never gotten this in a position where I actually want to use it, but I've gotten it before my, what's it called? Before my bronze tier upgrade. So it's actually going to be surprisingly easy to work into this build. I'm on board. We'll go to the Rogue Scrapper because the Rogue Scrapper doesn't do damage fast enough to stop me from outscaling them. I mean, temporary shelter is just silk, but 1 size larger and a property. Right? It's basically the same thing. It triggers off of... Is silk triggers off of small item being sold? I think it is. Small item? Might be weapon. Again, I don't use silk. Sell another non-weapon item. Okay, so I was completely wrong. I had literally the opposite of the set of the items that it can be triggered by. I feel like here I'm going to pick up a bronze tier item. So we'll field temporary shelter for the additional shielding here, and then I'm going to try and find... I mean, like, if this was 5 gumballs and stuff, I would actually take them and then go for the temporary shelter play, but I'm going to go for a bronze tier item here. Dog, when you sell a small item, this gains 3 damage. I'm the Junktown mayor? Oh, that's a friend of mine. I'm doing a bit of a cosplay of him at the moment, though. Now I just need a red hoodie. Kev's Armory or Mountain Pass? I think Mountain Pass. I think I can take most enemies in the Mountain Pass at the moment. Admittedly, the Temporary Shelter is one of the weakest items on my board. Fielding the Pygmalien Longbow and Gearnola Bar is probably significantly stronger than that at the moment. Oh, cool. Rogue Scrapper. Run it back. Don't you dare give me the Gearnola Bar again. I'm not running that. I'd be very happy to see scrap. I'd be very happy to see rust as well. The skill at the start of the fight. Slow an item 3 seconds. Love that. Nothing wrong with that.
You seem like a nice person. Maybe too nice.
I don't want to talk about it. I asked for one thing. Get the respect around here. Alright, Kino, you sell non-weapon items? Why don't you sell me, Boy, I really don't know what I want from you right now, Kino. Upgrade on my Ganjo.
Make deals, not war.
Sick work, Kino.
Our energy's resonating.
I knew I had a friend in here. There's also jewelry, shield equal to this item's value, and matchbox. When you use non-weapon item, charge this 1 second. Matchbox doesn't get additional seconds of charge as it gets upgraded. I could buy and sell each of these for upgrading both the dog and the temporary shelter. I mean, admittedly, you really want to, like, upgrade those first, because they literally double their scaling. I think temporary shelter goes to, yeah, 10 shield from each small item sold. And admittedly, if I can get it to that point, fielding that directly next to the spiky shield actually becomes something. I think I'm going to buy both of these small items. I don't think I'm going to roll. I think I need to play the economic game, and I don't think I sell them yet. That's the real big controversial play here. That I don't think I sell them until I upgrade the temporary shelter. No, if I did sell them at this point, I still wouldn't actually get a benefit on board because I'm not running temporary shelter or dog, and even if I sold them, temporary shelter or dog wouldn't be better than my current board. Oh, the enemy has got a force field. They've got significantly better shield scaling, though, with armored core. And a quite fast friend on the other side. This could be a problem for us. Yep, and that was pretty bad. And we didn't manage to remove all of their shield, and Wallace is still scaling, so yep, we're going to take a big hit. And it's going to be real difficult to re-establish a foothold on this board. I mean, thankfully, Bandages is definitely getting us a lot of healing at the moment. And the enemy's shielding is now pretty much gone, but yeah, we needed another trigger of Bandages or Spiky Shield to go off. Alas. No more arbitrage for us. My 2 gold. I'm going to hit the lost crate, get the golden experience, get the upgrade a bronze tier item. If Ganjo wasn't upgraded yet, admittedly, I think it might actually be Ganjo here, but it's not. Or rather, but it is. So it's not. Got it? Alright, I'm going to see who I'm fighting in the Mountain Pass, if indeed I am fighting in the Mountain Pass. I'm not. In fact, I'm just picking up a random item and it's a weights. You know, that's basically my feeling on the situation. RE weights there. Scout Trooper, eh? More experience stuck in that bad boy. He does his damage relatively quickly, but we've got a lot of shielding. I think I've got the edge on this guy. The silver tier Ganjo is doing real work. Incredibly quick scaling for the spiky shield and bandages. That's kind of just like a 5-slot board that I can run at the moment. And now I'm just trying to figure out how to make the rest of the board as powerful as it. Especially, admittedly, getting a dog and selling a dog. Not getting a dog and selling a dog, sorry, getting a dog upgrade and then starting to buy and sell small items. That's the way I want this to go. And then if I find Trashtown Mare on day 5... Day 5? It's day 7? It might be day 7. If I find them at that point, maybe they can upgrade my silver dog or my silver temporary shelter. We get weak point detector. I don't really have slow in this build. Chocolate bars, you say? Oh, the granola bar actually has 2 additional max ammo at the moment. Cool. Okay, getting and buying chocolate bars and selling chocolate bars gets the temporary shelter all the way up to loads of shield. LODS SHILD. What's that spell? Loads of shield, probably. It's eating contest, right? Get the max HP. Just deal with the fact that the dog isn't getting that much damage out of it at the moment. The alternative possibility is going to middle, and middle is largely a possibility here for the upgrade of Ganjo, for the upgrade of Spiky Shield. Spiky Shield's upgrade is actually garbage. I don't really want it, but if I got it, I would take it. Upgrade of Ganjo is huge. Upgraded Jabalian Longbow is huge and would actually cause me to keep it on field. And then Dog would also be a really, really good hit. Dang it. I convinced myself while I was doing that.
I'm pretty laid back.
Well, thankfully, Briefcase is a really good item for us to just buy and sell for the sake of the temporary shield and the dog. Textiles. See, I really do like textiles as a Ganjo adjacency. It activates twice as quickly as Spiky Shield, and it heals us for the shield that we're getting. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that and field that instead of the Jabalian Longbow. I think I gain my damage on the enemy by by having more shield than them and outscaling them in that way. We got the dog upgrade. Okay, we're on board. We're on board, baby. I mean, I do regret that I bought and sold the entire... Gosh, I should really know the name of the thing that I was just talking about, wouldn't I? The entire briefcase. I regret having bought and sold the entirety of that before being able to do this, but oh my god. You're kidding me. Gumballs event. I'll buy and sell 10 gumballs, and that's gonna actually get my dog and temporary shelter to a really good position. Before the end of day 3! I got both of them, and they're both silver! Oh my god. That's just for ramping up damage? Hell yeah. Okay, so the dog is now 100 damage every 6 seconds. The Jabalian Longbow needs to hit multicast to do that in 8 seconds. So it's already outscaled the Jabalian Longbow. If I sold... I mean, I need 2 additional spaces on board if I'm going to field the dog. The dog is good damage. Okay, you're not going to poison me, so I can try and build a big shield against you. If it was Vanessa, I might consider swapping out, just in case the pufferfish was just going to poison me while I was trying to build all this shield and kill me that way. Oh, look, see? Silk! I know it can be done! Also, although it is funny to have Arms Dealer when you would buy a weapon... Oh, sorry, when you buy a weapon, rather. Gain 20 max health, and then Silk. When you sell a non-weapon item, this gains shield. So they're mutually exclusive in their benefits to you. Of course, both of them overlap with Pawn Shop, which just gets value when you sell any item at all. Okay, good play. Arbitrage as well, so another 2 gold for us on top of the 5 from income. Ooh, Argenta, you're offering some good stuff here. I already sold the... good reason to take endurance here, which would have been the weights. Having healing items heal you over the top is really good when you have weights, because weights get 2-second charge when healing item heals you over the top. That said, we're off a defensive stance here. When you use a weapon, your shield items gain 3 shield for the rest of the fight. That's not hugely relevant right now, because the spiky shield is very rare to attack, but it's not gonna be... this isn't gonna be our end board state. And I do care about both weapons and shield. The docks or middle? Admittedly, middle for the possibility of upgrading dog or Ganjo is still a pretty good hit.
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation.
Cash register gives us the ability to sell 2 small items at the start of every day. Love it. Briefcase is the opportunity to sell 2 small items right now. And safe is the opportunity to sell 3 of them, although I will hold safe for the moment and see what shop I have next. Just in case it's Midsworth. It's not. Ooh, eating contest though. I'm getting rid of the Jabalian Longbow. We're pretty much at the point where I think the dog is actually better than textiles on field again. And now it's back to Spiky Shield being the other. Eating contest. I'll take as much max HP as possible, and I'm gonna go absolutely wallop Hydro, dude. I'm getting rid of Gin Olibar just for additional power on my board. Admittedly, Retiree does have when you heal, your shield items gain 1 shield for the rest of the fight, which does have some relevance to us. Boiler and Brawler, of course, has the energy potion, which I would turn hell and heaven upside down in order to get the energy potion and then try and utilize. But when you can beat Hydro Dude, it's so much additional experience and gold to get this early on. And we can beat Hydro Dude. Their damage is not going to scale high enough to prevent my spiky shields in time. They have slow and steady. When you slow, your weapons gain 3 damage for the fight, which they use to scale up their Narwhal, their Piranha, and Electric Eels. But not fast enough to prevent Doom. Token off for 40 more max HP, as well as the buff for Dog and Shelter. Honestly, I'm going to go for percentage HP here again. Give me 127 more HP, please. Sylvia sells silver tier items. I kind of want to look there for the possibility to upgrade Dog or Ganjo, but if I look there and don't hit either of them, I need to walk away immediately. Alternatively, I can get a percentage of max HP at Finn's Big Bite.
Bulk up, get solid. That's
70 more HP, as well as 10 shield on all our shield items. Including the ones in inventory, despite the fact I'm not going to be fielding it again. And he sells small items. Admittedly, at this point, buying and selling small items, as long as they're low cost. Ugh. Buying and selling small items is a good idea. I would sell this bandages before buying this bandages if I could right now, but I can't. Because this bandages has already had 20 additional shields stacked on it. I'm gonna buy and sell Monocle. I will buy Piggy Bank, and that'll be a way for me to collect more stuff to sell. I'll use the rewards card to increase the rewards I get from the Piggy Bank. I'll buy and sell Hatchet in the meantime as well.
Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
Okay, so just as a reminder, Piggy Bank says when you sell this, get spare change equal to its value, and at the start of each hour, spend 2 gold to gain 1 value. It also spawns spare changes that are equal to the tier of the piggy bank, so it'll spawn bronze spare changes, which are each worth 1. So I put 2 gold into this in order to get 1 value on the piggy bank and also 1 value worth of spare change out of it. So it is just, it's equal, right? However, rewards card, when you visit a merchant, give the item to the left of this +1 value. So this just saves me 2 gold. Invests 2 gold rather into the piggy bank. And also, when I do sell the piggy bank at 8 value, I get 8 spare change, which is 8 more small items for the dog and the temporary shelter to see. I would have loved to also be able to take the business card here, but I mean, I'd have to sell the cash register in order to get it. Business card is really, really good, but I want the small items. And also, the event that business card is especially good for, I don't think you can get until day 7 or something like that. Utopian Ghost.
I should warn you, I'm unlike other Jabarians.
Burn scaling builds? No. Oh, interesting. Oh, God. Shielded Monitor Lizard this how did you get a shielded enchant this early? Shielded Monitor Lizard. When you haste, it gains 20 additional shield for the fight. It's already way better than a Brick Buddy could ever be. A Brick Buddy could never. Oh my god. This is obnoxious. How did you get that on day 4? I want to see how much shielding that gave him. 2,000 shielding. How did you get a shielded Monitor Lizard on day 4, buddy? With a companion core, because you had to decide the companion core at the start of the run. You haven't even lost a fight yet. I can imagine why. Good lord. I do feel robbed of my arbitrage there. I gotta go to the gumball machine is the thing, because that's where you get the smalls. But annoyingly, I have to sell my rewards card and my piggy bank early in order to get 5 more smalls. Hopefully I can find another piggy bank. Those are definitely worth their weight. I'm gonna go to Lost Crate for the golden experience, because I kind of need it right now. The Curvian Rocket Trooper versus Gorgon Noble versus Sabertooth. Sabertooth is guaranteed to give me a small item, but also, like, why would I care right now? I'm going for the most golden experience again. Gorgon Noble is basically not really going to attack my shield at all. So it should just allow me to build up enough shield to punch her in the face for the rest of their HP with the spiky shield. Or rather, the dog will beat me to the point.
You beat me. I kind of enjoyed it.
Paralytic Poison. The first time you poison each fight, freeze an item 3 seconds. Upgrade a silver or lower tier item. Here's the point where I need to... So dog goes up to 9 additional damage from a small item sold rather than 3, but does temporary shelter double again? It doesn't. It goes up to 15 from selling a small item. It's definitely one of the two that gets the upgrade here. I'm gonna go with the temporary shelter. I've done dog runs before. I've not done a run where I just get the temporary shelter and make it huge. But also, there's a good setup going on here for the new fort. So the new fort, actually, let me pull up this information so I can read it out. The new fort has a cooldown of 7 seconds. It shields for 50 at gold or 100 at diamond. All item cooldowns are increased by 1 second, or 2 seconds at diamond. All of your items with a cooldown of 8 seconds or greater have +1 multicast. So with 2 seconds, so with a diamond fort specifically, temporary shelter has multicast. Dog has multicast. Spiky shield has multicast with a gold fort. So I kind of want to see if I can use dog and temporary shelter to get me all the way until I use the fort. That's my goal. Towards that end, I think Quixel's a bit too expensive for us, so I'm going to go get to the Cache of Riches and go to Curio for bronze tier neutral items, totally.
Well, howdy, hero.
A lot of those are small and sell for additional benefit. Now, here's one of the problems. Cooldown reduction, especially board-wide cooldown reduction, is bad here, because if I ever get 2 additional seconds worth of cooldown to dog, it will only have 8 seconds of cooldown if I haven't used any cooldown reduction on it yet. However, the spiky shield can definitely take some cooldown reduction, so I'll still get the insect wing for it.
Your part to clean up the bazaar.
I'll buy lifting gloves, train spider, and stinger.
Waiting for you.
I'll buy the Taurus chariot, which I will sell as well. Give spiky shield the cost decrease. Roll it back. Lifting gloves and stinger. We'll roll here.
Warms my rusty circuits to see that find off.
Buy and sell the... Oh, train spider sells for 2. Oh no, it sells for 2 because I did the Taurus chariot play. Got it. I forgot about that for a second. Oops.
Hooey!
And I buy and sell the remaining 2 small items in the area. This is all just for the power of the temporary shelter and dog.
You do.
It took someone with like an insane out-of-pocket early shielded monitor lizard to take me down last time. Do I think a Matchbox Piggles build is going to do it this time? Well, I don't think that is going to be the case.
I can see you're going places, but I ain't chasing you.
I'm gonna go to the docks. I think I still need some money right now for the upcoming days, especially because most things will be sold at silver. Oh, speaking of silver though, 3 silver tier chocolate bars, that's 60 max HP. As well as the boss for the dog in the temporary shelter. I should wait to see if I get an upgrade to my dog before I just start spending all this money. Orion sells tools, artisan dunes. I'm gonna go for the Cache of Riches for 5 more gold again, so that I have stuff that I can spend. Zookeeper, Zookeeper has Crook, but there's no way I'm going back to a Crook build now. Loan Shark has ATM, which could be kind of cool for this build. Also has Power Broker. Your weapons have additional damage equal to your income. That's not really good for this build, but also does have the most money and most experience. And the fact is, neither of the other places have anything that I want more. It's a big shelter is the thing. It's a very big shelter. Shark Claws! I'll be selling those. Rukon teaches weapon skills, Reginald rather. Heal and regeneration skills. Reginald. Okay, yeah, regeneration, Reginald. Even though it's not spelt the same, it's just there to make the point. I'm not gonna call him Reginald. All in.
I will not train you to kill.
Definitely comes down to you, buddy.
Train you to live.
First 4 times you use your slowest weapon each fight. Freeze an item of equal or small size for a second. Honestly, it's just shield bash here. The first 4 times your enemy uses a non-weapon item each fight, charge a weapon 1 second.
Soon I think you will be ready for Adira's training.
Grandmaster selling skill upgrades here. We'll have a look. Immediately get the upgrade to shield bash so that it happens the first 8 times. Hell yeah. Diamond tiered shield bash by this time? That's pretty early to have the diamond tiered shield bash. I want small items, so instead of going to Andy, I will go and eat some chocolate. This time I'm not gonna pay because I am really feeling the strain of not having much money right now. I mean, yes, I did just get the shield bash, like, up to diamond tier. But it doesn't matter what I spent the money on. I don't have money right now. Now is panic time.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
Admittedly, now I would prefer the shield bash triggers to go on triggering the dog, because Spiky Shield isn't large yet. Until after my first temporary shelter hit, at least. Okay, now I want you to trigger the Spiky Shield as a priority, and they're doing it. Your Pygmalien longbow is not going to be hitting for 3 times at any point here, friend. I will always have more health than you. Especially right now. Oh. This is great. Speaking of great, that's a gumball machine. That's 10 more small items. I'm going to go 10% max health, but I will first sell all of the green gumballs. 270 HP, thank you. Forger, literally just upgrade an item. That's why I didn't want to sell all of my gumballs and my spare change yet. Because now I have the option to get temporary shelter to diamond tier. I mean, I'm gonna do that if it weren't for the fact that I've used dog so many times, and dog is also easier to upgrade within Pig's pool already. I would upgrade dog because I think that would be more important. But I'm gonna go for the temporary shelter to the full diamond tier. So now every time I sell an item, it gets 20 additional shielding. Sell a small item, sorry. Small item. Has to be a small item specifically. Treasure Turtle, I can absolutely destroy. Thug, I can also destroy, but it has Bonk, and Bonk would be good for me. Both of them have a bar of gold. Worth 40 if I sell it, which would help with our money problems a bit. Treasure Turtle has more hits, has more items that I don't want.
Don't be a hero.
Like, significantly more density of items I don't want. I could get and use Spices, Bar of Gold, or Bonk from this fight. The other one, it's only really Bar of Gold. Other than that, I would be just selling.
Look, I'm sorry, okay?
Junkyard Club, when you sell this, your weapons gain 6 damage. Unfortunate. I'll be going for a deadly duel for again. Oh my god, run it back! Let's go, Thug! Gimme bonk! I know you held on to it last time, but come on, you could spare a bonk for your old friend Raps?
Hey, I was just joking.
Toxic Brass Knuckles, alright. I think you're toxic too. Andy and eating contest. This one again, I'm going for the cheap option. Oh boy. Alright, let's have a quick look. So, shelter, temporary shelter. It will haste 3 items for 2 seconds. For a 6-second cooldown, that's pretty good. Dog hastes 2 items for 2 seconds for the same 6-second cooldown, so much worse. Spiky shield, 2 items for 3 seconds, so more densely. Now Ganjo would give its adjacencies 10% crit chance for the fight, but admittedly Ganjo goes off of this field pretty soon.
Your hustle.
The big funny one would be to give shielded to the temporary shelter and then every 6 seconds gain 2,000 shield and then try and bash the enemies with a big spiky shield. But admittedly, I think we actually get significantly better outcomes from Sirocco Step and Haste. Is that true? If this has a high enough shield number, surely I just beat the hell out of him in the first hit and it doesn't matter if it has haste. Let's do it. Every 6 seconds, get 2,000 shield. Let's go, buddy. I have to get fought. I have to double this doubling again. Ooh, that's a pretty aggressive build. They've got a runic double bow diamond here, so they would have picked that up from a cult event. All right, got him. Was that just 1 hit from the dog and 1 hit from the spiky shield, and the dog just crit? Yeah, the dog crit with its first hit, and then the spiky shield came through after the shelter. That was so good. I gotta make sure I'm always walking around with enough money to pick up Fort. Now, Fort is a gold tier item that turns up as a large item, so it will cost me at least 24, but 48 if it turns up as a diamond tier item. Going to Pole right now, I would only be able to find it initially unless I found it as a diamond tier item, and then I would have... Oh no, but then I'd have stuff to sell. Okay, I'm gonna go to Pole because, like... Paul is exactly the vendor who is most likely rather to give it to me. Ice cream truck, Pygmalien drum, and the giant ice club are not what we're looking for, and neither a fixer upper, hogwash, or igloo. That's a shame.
Business. I will play this game with you.
I'm not gonna give up small items at many locations because they are so good for me. They are my entire scaling right now. But for the possibility of getting Fort, I'll definitely give it up. Here, unfortunately, we only get money or a temporary boost, so I will go to middle looking for a possible dog upgrade. I'll take the ATM for additional income right now.
I like the exercise.
Only takes 2 days for that to pay off, and I will be here for 2 more days. Oh, nice. Cargo Shorts is just full of small items for us to buy and sell. Gotta love that. Wandering Shoal. When you slow, charge an item 1 second. I mean, I have nothing to utilize that yet, but I will in the future. Will I in the future? I might in the future. I can't guarantee that I will in the future. But even if I don't, I do care more about the golden experience over any of the alternative choices there.
Jabalians are pacifists.
Mr. Tuscany. Unique skills for Pygmalien. A lot of those are bad right now. I mean, we do have a property at least, but I still think I should go to Fortis for shield skills.
With a good enough defense, you'll barely even need an offense.
Okay, when you shield, your weapons gain additional damage, or I could go for your weapons give your shield additional damage. I'm gonna roll because both of those are so minimal right now. Yeah, compared to things like activation speed, electrified hull, the first 4 times you shield each fight, charge an item 1 second. Significantly better.
Always have one.
Nufu, you sell skills, and I would like to buy skills. Upgrade arbitrage, get a 3rd gold. I'd only have to win 5 more fights before it pays off. That needs to be changed. Right eye, 8% crit chance, no. Also, heavy firepower, if I had 4 or fewer items in play, my weapons would have 50 additional damage. Oh, prime real estate. When you use a property, adjacent items gain 10% crit chance for the fight. Yeah.
I do not teach violence.
Give some crit chance out with a temporary shelter. Great. Finn's Big Bite for some additional shielding and also 200 max HP is huge.
You do see these.
We're in the fort waiting room.
Are you sure?
A completely different waiting room across the hallway from the Crook waiting room. We can see the Crook waiting room is over full, is bustling. People are just like crammed up against one another like sardines in a can. And I'm the only one here in the fort waiting room, having a personal conversation with a receptionist.
I guess motivation isn't everything.
So much nicer over here. We appear to have killed someone while I was fantasizing. Keen to sell non-weapon items. Admittedly, non-weapon items are cool, but they're not guaranteed enough to be what I need. And I'm gonna get 5 small items to sell without having to... Ooh! Okay, this is an annoyance. I want to go to the gumball machine, but Barkun is one of the shops that can sell fort.
Acorns.
And also, this same guy will buy all of the small items in my inventory for +1 value. ATM, it would take 3 more days to pay off here. I'll do that.
See me close a deal.
I mean, a sniper rifle is not good here, but the silencer for one would be. But again, we're in a situation where the Enclave Revenant is giving 2 additional experience. Good lord. Emerald and 5 gold tier spare change. I can sell that to make the dog more powerful. But before I do, let's make sure that I don't get...
My lessons are painful.
Ooh.
Are you prepared?
Cash deposits. Your weapons have additional damage equal to your gold. Actually not relevant to us. Electrified hull. The first 8 times you shield each fight, charge an item. Honestly, has some relevance. For a fight that goes longer, that'll be good. Isle sells weapons, treasure chest. I've got to get money right now, so... Oh my god, a treasure chest with cargo shorts in. That's huge! Cargo shorts comes with spare change and candy. And I'm going to get all of my upgrades before the fight. We're up to 3.2 thousand on the shielded temporary shelter. 669 damage on the dog. Of course, the dog is no longer as relevant to this run as just temporary shelter and then spiked shield delivering the damage afterwards. Nice. Give me the fort, please. I've been so good. I can't give up 10 small items for Kina. Kina has such a wide set of things that she can sell. Sell 2 of these and then buy another 5. In case I run into Barkun. We'll go to the mysterious portal here. Oh, Bazaar. Love it. Thanks for the experience. Forger to upgrade an item. I still haven't sold all my stuff, so I can upgrade dog here. And honestly, I'm gonna do it. I feel like he deserves it. He's been a very good boy. Yes, you have. Good thing I held off on those gumballs. I mean, it's going to be very easy to kill the Volkus Enforcer. Neither of the others have anything I'm interested in, so makes it pretty straightforward for us.
Professional.
Get him. Just absolutely get him. Oh, Icicle. It's not a fight. Freeze an item for 6 seconds. Cool. We're gonna go find a monster. Lord of the Wastes, absolutely bring it on. I have your number, man. Give me bar of gold. Please give me bar of gold. Oh my god, give me bar of gold.
The Outlander way is true.
Crit them for 20k in the face with a spiky shield. Hell yeah. Pendulum. Every 8 seconds, haste 3 items for 3 seconds. When you crit, charge this 2 seconds. Adjacent items have 40% additional crit chance. Admittedly, the Ganjo can probably give way to the Pendulum right now because the additional scaling is not relevant. But haste will be. Fortis teaches shield skills, but Adira teaches diamond tier skills, and I gotta go to the diamond tier skills here.
I am not prideful. I simply acknowledge the fact of my greatness.
Emergency shield. The first time you fall below half health each fight, use your highest shield item. Admittedly, that's actually pretty sick for us.
I doubted a non-Sphinxian could learn that. Impressive.
Barkun, please. None of these say fort. Alright, and these ones also lack the fort text too. Bandages are still good as a fast trigger of shield for the sake of electrified hull. So I'm not going to sell icicles in this shop, or bandages even. Yeah, I'm going to hold both of those. The additional gold from selling icicle doesn't...
Okay. Maybe
isn't
next
worth
time.
the value risk of not having icicle, but suddenly having a really good way to utilize it.
Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge?
Maybe I should give the damage adjacency to the weapon that attacks faster in dog. Yeah, that would have been a better idea with the pendulum. The enemy started going off big and fast and stuff like that, and then gave the spiky shield big damage to the enemy, and they beat him in the head. Goldie sells gold tier items. Oof. Only gold tier items? That's got to be better than going for the gumballs here. Come on, fort. Nope. All right. Well, it was just a big joke. Have a joke at Rhapsody's expense there, I guess. just a big yuck ha ha at me, huh? Huh? Is that what it is? Midsworth sells small and large items. Large items are what Ford is. I'll take the Signet Ring just because I really like the Signet Ring. Pig's Gym is also actually really good for gaining a lot of max HP. Like, taking one right now and then just nursing it the entire time, not a bad idea. I'm gonna roll because I really want to still be able to buy the fort that isn't here.
Our master merchant makes a sale.
One of you is gonna give me a fort one day, or all of you are going to die. I don't believe the Void Colossus can kill me fast enough to lose to lose this fight. To win this fight, rather. Alright, you killed the wrong weapon. You killed the dog, but the spiky shield got you at the same time.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
You have great potential.
Lethargy. All items have a cooldown increase of 30%. That would offset the cost reduction that I did to things, or could have done to things earlier, but I don't want that. My items need to be as quick as they can right now. Rightmost or leftmost gets 50 additional shielding. I guess I'm gonna give that to the spiky shield.
As long as you draw breath, your training is not complete.
Monster Ranch for experience is what I'm looking for here. 24 additional shielding on temporary shelter. Not bad. I'm getting the dog to diamond tier. We're doing it. I am the Prime Minister of Trashtown. Alright, Tattered Games. It's just you and me.
Too big for you to steal.
And my dreams that are too big for you to steal. Okay, a lot of haste rings at the start of the combat, courtesy of Rigged. That fiery pufferfish is already going off. That's going to be some burn on me, which is going to be admittedly a bit of an annoyance in terms of gaining enough shield to bop the enemy in the face with. We do have a bunch of shielding, up to 12,000 at this point. Am I going to hit them with the shield fast enough? And indeed we do. Still 4,000 health onto that shield by the end there. Come on, you can't leave me in the fort waiting room and still kick me out with a 10 winner. I need the fort. Aerodrome. Show me big merchant. Big merchant sells big things. No, Flex, you are not who I'm looking for. Curio. Kev's Armory. Okay, health, toughness, and shield related items. Guess what? One of them is.
Might want some armor.
Well,
People say my armor's the best.
Fort is a shield related item, is why I went there. Alas, I've still got to actually buy and sell small items for my things to get better, so you can't pass up the gumballs. 10 small items, that's another 120 damage on the dog, and another 200 shielding. Sorry, 400 shielding, because it's also a shielded item, the temporary shelter. Can't turn that down. Alright, Void Colossus, I know that you're easy for this build, so why don't you just roll over? Hey, let me pat your tummy. Good boy. Got him. Got him with a big crit.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win. But not against me.
Gotta go with Fortis's shield skills here.
Without ever striking a blow. Just waited for them to collapse.
Whenever you use a property, your weapons gain 15 damage, your shield items gain 15 shield for the fight. I can't take property cooldown, which is another thing that... Oh no, Fortis couldn't give that to me. This is probably one of the best shield skills Fortis can give to me right now, and it still requires me to use temporary shelter multiple times, which just doesn't happen. Seraphina sells enchanted items, but I need scaling, and I'm gonna go to Barkun. Sell me the fort!
Master merchant, I can sell you things.
Admittedly, Lemon's Nade Stand is actually pretty good. When you sell the small item, this gains 10 max HP, or you gain 10 max HP. I'll take it. Dang, no fort.
Oh, look. It's so tiny.
I'm not gonna go so far as to worsen my board for this fight, but I will tell you that I actively do not want to win this fight right now because I really want to get that fort. And I'm gonna be so mad.
See these tusks, right?
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
They doubled the damage of their large weapons. They got a shielded flagship giving him lifesteal. It's got a toxic silencer and the heavy captain's wheel. This might be one that I lose. Oh, it looks like I could lose. They're actually shielding, so they're not dying. Uh-oh. Never mind, they're also poisoning me with the toxic silent. Never mind! I killed them, damn it! God! I just wanted to die! Oh, righto, whatever. I'll take my 10 win. Fine. We were so close to losing, and then we just crit them for 16k over the top of their health. How dare you?
Yeah, most Trabalians will never.
Oh, boy. I was supposed to click these things before the end of that fight. Obviously, this is... Oh, come on. You have to... Please. You need to make the thing large. It's really important you make this large so I can see it. Please. Oh my god. Camera! Oh, why? Well, now I'm gonna have to clip it out of a different part of the video and it's gonna have much lower resolution, which means I can't put it in the background and then put the dog in front of it? I'm going pixel hunting to see if there's a single pixel that I can right click to get the actual item I'm looking for here to show up. Nope. That's a shame. I'm really taking this 10 win hard, aren't I? All right, 2572, is that my new rank? Is that my old rank? What's up? Oh, I was 2762 before. Okay, so we claimed about 150 ranks there? Nice. Let's try and do something similar in the next episode, why don't we? Until then, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game is being... I was about to say Left 4 Dead. I don't know why I think the name of the game is being Left 4 Dead. It's being the Bazaar. Serious playlist in the top left. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting our public on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out of the thank you and a special thanks this episode to Nick Starfield. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you all next time.